Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another Islands of Magic live stream. Now I have everything set up properly, so I should actually see your message this time. I had a bunch of issues in the previous stream, and then the server crashed as soon as I started the stream where I had fixed everything. The world really leaned against me, but it all worked out. And I got a lot of Valcon work done. So we launched a podcast as part of Valcon. I'm one of the co-hosts on the podcast. So if you go to the Valcon YouTube channel, you can check that out. I'm co-hosting it with Easy Border leading it and Emma T Potato as the other co-host. So that's been really cool. And I'm really happy to work on Valheim related stuff with other people who are really individually passionate about Valheim. And it's been awesome. I've had a blast. And I finally got some chance now. Did all my other chores and all my other work so I can play again. You're gonna see if you've been watching the stream, it's different because I built the base a bunch and did that off stream kind of at night. So today what I'm gonna be doing is dungeoning. Pretty much, probably I'll be just doing a lot of burial chambers. So I've been building, I'll show that off, and then go over and do the burial chambers. That's my plan at the moment. I'm trying to think, any other updates? I'm making sure that every one of the streams starts and I say in the very first minute what's happening. And then
Nothing
I can
better
just
than
play
sitting
and
down
everything.
and catching JP live.
Hey! How's it going, Yannick? I added a thing so now we can see people's comments in the actual stream. They should see it on the screen, I think. And I also have the chat in my ear thing. So I really like that feature because I can just play and I don't have to alt tab or look at the chat. I just hear it. So sometimes it's distracting if I'm saying something, but it allows me to respond really quickly. So I've been enjoying that. How you been doing? Or how have you been doing? Oh yeah, no, I said it right order. I just enunciated it wrong. It sounded wrong. I'm basically waking up because I went to bed
Just
at 1.
wait till you get trolls.
And then I woke up at 4 and recorded the podcast with the others. And then I went back
Mythical
to sleep.
refresh pull.
So I just woke up. Pretty much. I not just woke up, but I woke up I don't know, 2 hours ago. Hey, fish. How you doing? Let's see, what was I doing? Ah, yeah, I remember. So I did a dungeon after building. So first thing I'll do is show off the base because I worked on it a bunch since I streamed last. And it's really cool, actually. It became quite functional quite quickly. I just kind of putzed around and added some stairs and then it popped. So now it looks more like an actual castle, which is nice. But I'll show you. The whole base is basically...
Typical JP, logging in a pile of mess.
Yeah, right. Just wait until you see the whole process here. Give me a moment.
Oh, that looks hella good.
So, it's designed to... It has this whole, inventory receiving system, basically. So it's designed around making it really easy to receive lots and lots and lots of items, if that makes sense. Because obviously item management is a thing, but in Enigma there's all these other mechanics you can do, right? The one I've been using constantly in this playthrough is I've been using the cargo crates. You can make your own cargo crates and they're invincible. And so this is basically what I've been doing the whole time. I think I've played for 40 hours or something. And it's just been sailing, getting loot, putting it in these cargo crates, and then getting killed by something, and going to get the stuff. And that's just been the loop for this entire experience. So pretty much I have a bunch of crates here, right? And these are ready to be loaded up into the boat. The boat has some stuff in it already. But this stuff is from doing the dungeon, so... I think the dungeon, I did it and didn't reset it. Oh. Yeah, this is the old dungeon. There's just some lingering respawns. Oh god. I'm so lucky. I found a coin trader that... Not a coin trader, a scrapper that had this plain metal two-hander. It's made my life so much easier. Because I hadn't actually... I haven't even technically done Iron Age stuff. I'm still using, like, bronze tools. It's pretty funny. It works, though. Every time I feel cocky, I just get killed. At this point, I don't feel cocky anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. That's one thing, not to toot my own horn or something, but I would say that something Enigma does well is handle very powerful weaponry. In like normal Valheim, when you play, it's easy to just become too powerful and then the world can't really do much against you. You know, I remember that. I would have like a whole armor set and just go into the Black Forest and summon 2 elder bosses and just like let them attack me because the attacks would take down the forest and I would use that to get wood, which was fun, but at the same time it's like that's how little damage the bosses can do to you if you just have good armor, right? And so that's one of the things that like is important to me, is that Enigma is a place where you can take really powerful stuff and still get checked, right? Because then it makes the weaponry feel more powerful, at least from my perspective. That's how I tend to look at it. But so yeah, I'll probably I'll reset the dungeon and I'll just kind of fill up the loot here, and then I'll show whoever's watching the whole process of the castle and everything, because you kind of have to see the loot going in and how it automates it and makes it very convenient to understand the castle better. So if I show the castle now, it won't really work. I need to get a bunch of material that would normally take a long time to process and then show the system. So that's what I'll do. I already started setting it up, so I just have all these crates and I just pile up the resources here. But I need to reset this tomb. To do so, I need either 3 Ashlands gems or 999 coins. And it looks like I have to find a diverger and sell some things, and then I'll be able to reset it. And these are, yeah, these are things from before here. One second.
Nicely sorted too, tongue sticking out.
Yeah, I've ascended past the need to sort, because they all end up going into the same chest pretty much. So that way you don't have to spend the time like thinking about it, because they'll end up getting self-sorted.
Could there be a way we can give tames behaviors?
Let's see, so Fish asked, you mean the tames behaviors? You mean like the monster behaviors? Or what kind of behaviors do you mean exactly, Fish? I'm looking for a diverger right now so I can sell some stuff to reset the dungeon.
Yes, the monster behaviors, like cowardly, tideborn, and immortal as example.
So they actually all started working with tamed. But then certain ones I had to block. So it is possible. It's more like I have to adjust each individual one that can function well on a tamed creature to make a variant for it that works when it's tamed. Because oftentimes they'll have the name, but then the mechanic won't do anything. The Tideborn one should work on a tamed mob, because that Tideborn, for those of you who don't know that one, it makes the monster heal when it moves close to the water, or when it does things close to the water. So if these Grey Dwarves were Tideborn, I could like attack them up here and it would be fine, it would be just normal. But then if I tried to fight them in the water, every time they attacked, they would heal. So it's a lot harder to kill them because you have to kill them in one hit, or, you know, with burst damage before they activate the heal. So it changes the dynamic for things, right? That one should be able to work fine with tamed monsters. I don't see why not. So I may have just disabled it by accident. Because I didn't do something globally that just disables all tames. At least not on purpose. Oh hey, this is bear traps. That's funny. This was actually an old copper node that like
the
I mined
behaviors
out.
definitely work as intended. Just in my case, it's not what I desire.
Look at this guy. Oh, you were saying the opposite. No, that makes more sense. So you were saying they work on tamed, and you want them to not work on the tamed monsters. Is that right? Because that makes a lot of sense to me, because a lot of them explode. So, like, if your boar becomes Riftborn, like, it's not good for you. You know? True. I guess I just go to the Diverger in my base. I felt like there were too many Divergers, so I shooed some, and now they're all gone, and I regret shooing them. Funny. Alright, there we go. Now I should be good. 750. And then, no, I have a whole pile of treasure here. Yeah! Oh. Whatever. Wrong thing. Oh, the sign's gone. Yeah, I had my first blacksmith blows everything up experience. There was a bunch of wood stuff in this room. Now there's just stone things. For reasons to be expected.
My ass got glutton and I can't sell anything at my base. The behaviors have good uses. Maybe better put the trash eater is eating my gold.
Yeah, I can imagine how glutton is horrible on a tamed monster. Like, absolutely horrible. That one definitely, yeah. I believe I patched that one, so I guess the patch didn't work. I didn't actually test it, so I'll have to take a look at it. For those of you who don't know what glutton does, if a mob is a glutton... Wait, was that a... That was funny. If a mob is a glutton, then anytime an item drop is created around it, it'll just take it. It'll delete it. So, like, you could kill a whole army, but if the glutton was the last thing you killed, you wouldn't get anything for it. So if there's a glutton there, you have to kill them first if you want the loot. So that's like a bit extreme for some people, right? It definitely isn't intended for the tamed creatures to become gluttons. I'll have to fix that. Let's see, I'll just gamble and hope that this actually is close enough. I also need to add a toggle so you can be like, no more boat message. And then it just won't tell you that anymore until you log out and log back in or something. You think these are gonna make it? Let's see. I may have left this stuff too close to the location. Yep. It's okay though. Well, most of the actual stuff is here from earlier. I still need a better sense of how far that is, because I think it looks like
it's hard
like
to get too mad at him. They raise their hand like they are guilty, and it's super funny.
Probably around here, I would say. Oh. It's definitely a lot easier now, having an actual weapon. Oh, as I get wrecked. That was pretty good. Pretty good. I got yeeted there. Lost some stuff, but it's okay. I really enjoy doing the dungeons, to be honest. And at this point, like, I don't really have much attachment to any of the stuff for it. It's more about studying the process of looting and processing the stuff, if that makes sense, because it's something I'm trying to learn from playing Enigma. Is in the future, when I do stuff like myself or my own game, I've noticed that if you're not careful, like having a fun dungeon with a lot of stuff to loot, that's really cool. But when I first implemented these, it was like, alright, it's 30% time in the dungeon fighting and exploring, and 70% of the time looting shit. It just took forever to loot everything, and then it's heavy, and then you got to take it out, and so like that's why there's those dungeon barrels, and that's why the carts are bigger and carry things better and all of that. It's because the act of looting the dungeons was so unbearable that like we had to make like not just like one system, but many systems to make it more enjoyable. And in my head, it's like a third of the time spent is alright, but anything more than that, like if you have to spend half of the time just processing items that you spend exploring or fighting, I don't really like that, to be honest. I don't find it enjoyable. But if it's like, you know, less time, it's not so bad. Hey, it didn't make the tombstone thing either, did it? Yeah, now that I think about it, it should have made a tombstone point for me. I wonder why it didn't. Because I walked over there. No, I logged in from that area. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I logged in when I was in the boat. But then I walked away. Huh. Sorry, I'm just musing to myself here. I need a bubble so these 2-star mobs don't kill me. Here we go. Oh gosh! Oh, I almost swung at him. That would have been bad. I've already died that way a couple times. Really easy to smack the... Wait, what? Did you see how he just like re-rose? Am I tripping? That was really cool. It's really easy to accidentally smack the diverger with the two-hander. Hey Kit, how's it going? I'm dungeoning. Hey! Of course, earlier I needed a diverger to sell things, and now... Whoa! Oh no, this is one of the weaker mounts. That's pretty cool, though. Any metal scrap? Jeez, that's a good deal. Huh, okay. I remember this one. This isn't the really good mount. If I remember right, this is the first mount I ever customized, and it was before the coin trader. So the really good mount is the coin trader one. And there's one that can like swim that's really... I want to show that one off at some point. Hey, a box of fire arrows. Nice. I'm getting lucky with these boxes. I guess I gotta make my little system again here. So I think that means that my warner... I need to work on the warning system, because I was able to build like here. Oh no, it does warn me. Okay, what about like here? it seems to destroy around this far, because the boat
It
didn't
doesn't
get
matter
wrecked,
how
but
strong they
everything
are at
else
the start
did.
since they evolve. My 0-star became a 2-star.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, your Askspin. So in this case, I was talking more about the writing parts of it, because the coin trader mounts have like customized mechanics pretty much. Their fields are adjusted so that they function better as mounts compared to the like default Askspin when you put a harness on it. So 30 of any metal scrap is still quite cheap though, because it's basically you're getting an Askspin with the mount thing on it already. But I guess players would just want an Askspin in the first place, right? You know what I mean? There might actually be enough scrap here, is there? I have some copper. Yeah, here's some. You want to know the worst thing about me deleting this stuff there? I already did that once. But
you meant as
I
your
wanted
first
to make
scripts
sure
for
I knew
mounts.
how far away
That's
it was.
really cool.
Yeah, exactly, Fish. It's one of the original... It's like the original mount. That was when I realized that they could be customized and started testing them. But it was before I learned how to like add the follow and do all those things. But then at some point, I copied over the reward data from something later. So I don't actually remember what quality they are, to be honest, or what strength it is. I guess we'll see later. Alright, so yeah, did the thing, did the reset. What I want to do now is pretty much take some wood. Yeah, here's some more. More copper. I want to keep the bronze and the tin though. I'm kind of short on tin. I got loads of copper because I had one of those copper specialists. So I have like 600 copper or something crazy, and then like 20 tin. Yeah, I could have sold the crystal instead. I keep forgetting that crystal's really valuable now.
Follow mechanic is something I'll be ever grateful for.
Yeah, follow on mounts is something that should just be in the game already. It makes the mounts so much more manageable because it bypasses that problem that they have with terrain, right? Makes it a lot easier. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted. I want all the wood. Uh-oh. Bridger buddies saving
Hello,
the day.
JP.
Hey, Fire, how's it going? Hope all is good. It worked out so well that my death mausoleum is on the island that I reside on. Which wouldn't normally happen, because I would have died on the starting continent, but the mechanic wasn't implemented yet. So it all worked out. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is make like a little spot for the boat that's out of the way of the reset area, so I don't just like yeet all of my stuff into nothingness again. Got better health food this time. Yeah, it should be easier to fight. Nice. Okay, so now boat's gonna go over there. I'm just gonna give the guy this stuff. And then we'll only need, what, like 16 more? Nice. Alright, so now I'm gonna try and make it easier to loot this place. So this is like a temporary chest, basically. It's an external nonsense chest. It'll get deleted each time, but you can make the nonsense chests for free, so. You can have like, I think it's like 8 of them in a given area, something like that. And then the dungeon barrel will spawn. There we go. I found it's good if you run like, you get a couple seconds, and then that'll determine where the thing spawns, if it loads. It loads well in burial chambers, but not so well in frost caves. But in these dungeons, if you get like close to the edge, that works well, because you want to be able to like put things in this dungeon barrel, like just be able to not think about it, right? And just dump all the loot into one container, because then it'll sort for you, if that makes sense. It'll resolve the issue where you have like 4 stacks of less than full of the same item. So it helps start the processing in like a more autonomous way, if that makes sense. This dungeon sounds pretty peaceful though. Famous last words, maybe. Yeah, the most chaotic dungeons, you can hear it. That was totally accidental. So I didn't like try and make an audio cue like that. Oh, a box of frost arrows, nice. So lucky. Frost arrows are so strong. But because the extra spawns make like a lightning noise, when a lot of them trigger at the same time, you can kind of like hear it. Whoa, whoa, oof, that freaked me out. Sorry, bunny. This is the easiest crypt I've had so far. To be honest, all of the other ones have been quite insane. But maybe the world's just being kind to me, because I did yeet everything out of existence a couple times there. And maybe it's just letting me catch up. That's the noise. That's the noise. Getting that feeling. This is what happens. I feel powerful, and then I'm like, oh, this is easy. And then some crazy shit happens, and then I get wrecked. That's usually how it goes. So I'm gonna be smart. And I'm gonna calm down. Things are going well. But that's okay. I don't need to then do something absurd, you know, it's all good. It's all good. think one of the reasons I like doing the dungeons this way is because it makes me feel like I'm playing like Morrowind. It's cool. And then you get all the cool building stuff from Valheim. But the first person mod is really awesome. That's what I want to do one of the things that I do is I pay attention to like how I like certain things, so I know when I make a game that's what I want to do, so I don't have to figure it out myself. And one of the things is like I want to have this kind of thing where you can be in third person, but then when you want, you just zoom in and you're in first person. That's my favorite way to control a character in a 3D game world, to be honest. I think it works really well because there's a lot of situations like where you're building or when you're sailing where being zoomed out a lot is really nice, you know? But then when you're actually in a dungeon, the dungeon feels really different when you do it in first person. It's more like immersive.
Ulver had asked for territories that can force first person so he could do dungeons and stuff and force it.
Oh, that's cool. That's smart, actually. Like, so I think a lot of people don't know about that necessarily. It's kind of a pain, like dealing with the clipping camera all the time, you know? It's disorienting. Where did I get shot from?
The actual way first person works is hilarious. For the client, it shrinks your head and replaces it with the camera.
That's hilarious. I've noticed that because if you go into free fly with debug mode while you're in first person, then like you see your character looking all headless and stuff. God dang, where is this guy? Ah, I see, you're using a crafty stuck in the wall trick, huh? The latest in Droger technology. Oh god. I see, so he was right around the corner, okay. These are the guys that get you, because they have that long range throw. So you think you're safe, you feel all strong, and then before you know it, one of these guys was in the background. I guess the hitbox for the thing is like right here, so you still can't see me. Oh, nice. Oh, it wasn't a dead end, huh? Interesting. Interesting. And there's that diverger outside now, that's so convenient. Usually you get enough gold to reset the dungeon through the Surtling cores, because you can sell the Surtling cores, so you won't always get enough like coins. In fact, you'll rarely get enough coins themselves, but you'll almost always get enough Surtling cores worth of coins to reset the dungeon. So even though this has been like a relatively boring dungeon combat wise, it's sometimes these are the more profitable ones because they're kind of fast, and then you can do them quickly, and then you get all your stuff, and Yeah, we got plenty of, you need 4 Surtling core piles. 40 of them. And then you can reset the dungeon once. But that can be like 1 2-star Surtling and like a couple others, you know? Doesn't take much. I know what I need. I need the Ultra Cart. That's what I need. I can probably buy one, actually. That would make sense. Don't you hurt my coin trader friend. Be meticulously careful not to wreck them. Oh, hey, I have 3 jade now. I could just reset it that way. That works. In fact, that means my plan has changed. Now what I want is I want to buy an Ultra Cart. So I need 905 coin. Nice, nice. Should be good with this. Yeah, alright. This makes more sense than using a nonsense chest, because the chest will just get wiped each time, right? It'll be a pain to redo it. Whereas this, I can move around. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. This time, I'm gonna reset the dungeon and not yeet all of the stuff I looted into oblivion. That's the plan. We'll see though. Things don't always go my way. Now this should be the nonsense chest. I really wish that Valheim had like a dump inventory button that would just ignore your top row and just move everything in one, like the take all except put all, basically. Playstacks is really cool though, don't get me wrong, I love playstacks, it's great. But it would also be good to have just a, you know, put everything here because maybe I don't already have one of every item in the game in the chest. Maybe, you know what I mean? So this time, I'll reset it. We might risk losing this guy though. So let's actually use a little trick here. I'm gonna try and move him over. This doesn't always work perfectly, but you should be able to make a coin pile. Of course I need the coins. Ah, yeah, I need more coins. Okay, okay, I see. I see. Just sell them to him, or her, I guess. Grab the coins, and now I want her to be far away from the dungeon, so it doesn't just delete her. Ah, okay, so see, you see how she said hello there? So it already worked. They don't actually have to make it all the way over here. If you see that hello there message, that means the spawn point was reset. So now, she won't go over there because she avoids the water. But if I were to move her around and then just kind of push her into the water,
it needs a rust
she's
style
not
hover
gonna
loot.
go back.
Hold H while you mouse over things in your inventory and it automatically transfers either to the chest or from the chest.
Oh, fire, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool if you could just hover over it with the mouse. There we go. So the reason I did the coin pile thing is because that resets the diverger's spawn spot. So if you don't do that and you move them away, it's gonna like rubber band and they're gonna go back. But I don't want that. I want her to stay over here away from the resetting dungeon. And now that I have the 3 jade, I can just toss the jade instead of building 999 coins. And this time it should all be good. No destroyed loot. Oh, I always forget about the wave of mobs in the beginning. I just think I can just reset it. Gonna hide behind my own tomb. Alright, we got our... What's best right now? I guess frost, probably. Frost arrows are insane. They're so powerful. It's just ridiculous. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Ooh. Brutal. Bubble, please. Thank you. I guess I should be smart and take the cart. Hey, Diverger. Nice. Yeah, so this is what the players talk about, because this time the dungeon barrel didn't spawn, see? Oh, I know why, actually. No, it's because I haven't died or logged out, so that means that my character data didn't revert back. So probably I can just log out, log back in, and then when I go into the dungeon, it'll spawn the dungeon barrel. In theory. If this is what I think it is. Because I probably used an inject data on the player. And sometimes, like, if you go into the dungeon at a certain moment when that inject data was going to reset, it won't reset. So then you don't cause the trigger to happen. And especially older scripts did that a lot before I learned that in actual practice it's problematic to use that mechanism, and it's better to use other server keys, which are like a couple more lines of scripting, but doable. Let's see if it was actually that, though. I should now just be able to walk into the chamber and then go like here and a barrel will show up. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Well, that's good to know. That means I know exactly how to fix it. Hey! Man, these messages. I love the timing on the messages, to be honest. Like, oh, it's funny. Alright, I gotta focus so I don't die too much. I wanna get a bunch of loot and show how quickly you can process all of it in the new base. I need a bunch of loot. This is what I mean about a more chaotic one. You can hear it, like the moment you enter. You hear monsters fighting, and you hear that lightning noise, and it's like, oh, yeah. And the more you hear that, the more crazy the dungeon is. But they're not always crazy. Sometimes you can find a dungeon that will make you think the mechanics are broken. It's really funny how that worked out. One of my favorite things when you get lucky and you have one of these Diverger, the Crypt Explorers, you can sell all the things you get like while you're still in the dungeon. And I always find that amusing. Because then you don't have to stress out your main trader. Because the Diverger get hungry and they can leave, right? But these are wild Divergers, so it doesn't really matter if that happens.
Man, these giggle noises still freak me out when I'm in the dungeons.
Whoa, what? Wait, what got me? Oh, the Droger Archer. I was too busy trying to save the Diverger. I tossed them some food last minute and healed them, so I saved them. And then I got poked in the back. It was bad. Adam Barron says that these giggle noises freak me out. Oh yeah. The classic Enigma experience basically is to join, and then you hear the goblins giggling because they took the loot of the monster you just killed, and then you don't know about that system. So first off, you're confused why the monster didn't drop any loot, and then you look around you because you're looking for a goblin, and you hear the goblin laughing, and you're like, oh shit. And then then you start ignoring the goblin laugh. And you can imagine that over time there's consequences for ignoring the goblin laugh, because in the beginning, yeah, it's just a sound effect. But then inevitably later on, it's not just a sound effect anymore. And you'll get yeeted by a goblin because you thought it was just the loot, but no, this time it was real. Yeah, Enigma is constantly messing with the person, like psychologically, basically. My boat seems to be in a bad position.
You should have the gold goblins
here, huh?
spawn in for like 2 seconds and then they disappear.
The gold goblin. Yeah, somebody had that. I think somebody made one of those recently, like a loot goblin. I don't remember where I saw that. I think it was in Valheim World Editing in that Discord group that I learned to script. Yeah, I think that one of the people there was working on a goblin script. I vaguely recall something like that. Whoa, I'm one with the boat. I guess I don't need to push it around. I'm just trying to sail it to some deeper water. Because the cargo crates are going to get dumped out of it.
It's an unused mob asset in the game.
Ah. Oh, wait. Gold goblin spawn? Do you mean the naked goblin? Is that what you're talking about? Because there is a goblin that doesn't have any... It's called like gemmed goblin or something. Goblin gemmed, something like that. That is funny. That would be an interesting one to use. Yeah, so if I remember right, the script someone else made was something like a loot goblin from the Diablo series. Oh, I got lucky. I didn't notice that was a 2-star Droger. Where the goblin like shows up and then runs away, right? And you have to kill it, and if you kill it quickly, then you get extra loot, right? Somebody made something like that recently. Ah, yeah, I have the ooze bombs. Awesome. Yeah, gemmed goblin. I wonder what the story is behind that. Maybe that's one of the things. We've been trying to figure out for Valcom what kind of stuff we should ask Iron Gate that like they want to talk
Pops
about
and says something like my loot and then poofs and vanishes.
If we ever manage
LOL.
to interview them. But that hasn't actually haven't really figured out what good things to ask the developers would be if that happens, right? I think sometimes like asking about little niche items in the game is a good one. So maybe asking them about the gemmed goblin would be amusing, right? I'll figure out what the actual prefab is. I think it's goblin gem or gemmed goblin, something like that. Like my loot. That would be really funny because the goblin's naked. Oh god, okay.
Sounds like the treasure goblin from Diablo.
Yeah, exactly, Kit. That's what the script the other guy made was based on, that treasure goblin.
Ash showed a picture of the loot goblins, think it was from RTD.
Yeah, the loot goblins are hilarious. I guess I did this dungeon, huh? I did that, I did the forward one. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes the dungeons are really boring. And I mean, here I had that Crypt Explorer, but aside from that, it was nothing. Whereas other times, they're like super deep, crazy, intense experiences with loads and loads of monsters. And sometimes they're so crazy that people give up. So like, that's something we go for, is having a lot of variability in the dungeon experience. But they don't usually give up on this one, to be honest. There's other dungeons that are more crazy. Specifically the Sunken Crypts and the red versions. Because they spawn a bunch of charred monsters, so it could be a bit nuts. A little bit nuts. Alright, now I guess I have to sell some more stuff. Yeah. Good thing we got this diverger right here, though. I like it when the dungeons have metal in them and there's like a copper node or a silver node or something. That's something I really wish that Iron Gate would put in Valheim, because it would be so easy. Like, it was really easy for me to do. I just used the mushrooms and then you add a chance for a swap. And that's it. It's like a 4-line script. But just like the notion of getting metal from dungeons sometimes.
Goblin _ gem is
really
the prefab
cool.
name.
Yeah. What do you think they wanted to do with that? So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's a prefab in Valheim that's like a naked goblin, basically. And it's called Goblin Gem. But that's it. So we're wondering, like, why is it there, pretty much. Alright, 902. That's basically enough. All I need to do is sell some amber, probably. Oh no, not 1 amber. I need to sell 2 stacks of amber. Yeah. Oh, she didn't take the coins? Why didn't you take your coins? You were supposed to take them as your own. Whatever. I guess that's fine. Okay, so now I'm transferring everything into the nonsense chest. And this is where the nonsense chests, they work really well with place stacks because they have so much stuff in them that once you have a decent amount of the kind of stuff you're looting, it really helps with the loot like process, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I just need 999 coins. Nice. Yeah, it noticed. That's kind. Funny how oftentimes things just don't work, but then there's times where the protection actually works perfectly, you know what I mean? I love the animations. I know that sometimes I make things explode too much, but there's just something. Oh god, it's gonna get me. Oh, I dodge rolled? That was not what I was trying to do. I guess that worked though. Oh god, these missiles. As usual, I forget that triggering the reset respawns the guard group. Oh, good though. I got like good enough armor and weapons. Even though I don't have like good armor, the block value for the sword is decent. It's like 64. So it's like double my health, or double my total armor value for my gear. Makes it easier to fight. I think that was the whole dungeon? Yeah, 'cause it only had two complete passageways this time. gonna be smart this time. I'm gonna remember that a bunch of undead spawn as soon as they show up. So I'm gonna be ready with my silver arrow. There's the first two. There we go. Oh, I missed. Silver arrow is like the undead eradicator. Oof. Huh. Why does that... I don't know if I've seen this before. Huh. It's crazy. I have done so many of these dungeons, but sometimes I catch like a configuration. I know it seems simple, but like normally this passageway doesn't have a door? So I was just surprised it had a door. I mean, I know that's simple, but funny. Ooh. Got this whole place to myself. I'm gonna play it a little risky here, and I'm just gonna leave these spawn piles up and see how crazy it gets. Because technically, because I know how the spawn system works, so technically the more things you kill, the more likely the respawns are. So they essentially build up around you. So as long as you kill the spawn piles quickly, it'll always eventually stop. But if you don't kill the spawn piles, it basically makes a situation where more mobs can just show up suddenly. And not just like normal skeletons, like a whole group of them. But it actually looks like here... Yeah, it seems like there's actually a lot of mobs already, so the spawn piles aren't making stuff because there's already enough monsters in the area, basically. It's already congested, so to speak. But it's funny too, it can go out of hand real fast. You think it's all fine, and then suddenly, boom. There's a bunch of charred twitchers and you're wrecked. But technically, you get more money, because not just money, but building resources. There's like, in Enigma, there's these biome boxes that have huge amounts of building resources. So the more monsters you kill, the higher the chance that you're gonna get one of these biome boxes as a drop. There he is. Oh, I'm lucky I had a bubble. And as you can see, like, the spawns when you're there, it seems like it's peaceful, right? There's not much stuff going on. But then you leave, and behind you, a bunch of monsters show up. It's like old school dungeon crawling. Uh-oh. No, no, no! Oh! Got lucky. Sometimes I land the hit on the wrong mob. And then the one that can kill me actually lands a hit on me because of it. Yeah, like these guys are a problem. Big old bamboozles. Ah, saved by your drawer, buddy. Dang. Those 2-stars are crazy. My like middle mouse button attack didn't stagger him. He did get staggered, but that's because in Enigma, when you break your bubble shield, or when a monster breaks your bubble shield, all nearby monsters get stunned. Like, it doesn't matter what level they are, it's automatic. So you can use that. It's like a stun ability you can cause to happen, essentially. Okay, I'm done with these for now. Oh, alright, nice. Oh, did you see that? Dang. Oof. Uh-oh, oh no! Oh, okay, got saved by the bubble. Yeah, this is what happens, right? You feel cocky, and then, boom, the guys that can hit through your bubble show up. Brutal. It's like they wait until you're encumbered as well, I swear. Hey, wait a second. I'm trying to get out of here. I was just bragging about this being an easy place. Let me go. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Bullet. Don't do it, don't do it, don't. Ah! these guys don't respawn around me. Oh, I'm not even encumbered. That's lucky. Hey, blue mushroom. Oh. The blue mushrooms used to be more common. Because so in Enigma, you can sell them. They're like, I think a stack of them is like 2,000 coins or something like that. But I must have changed something. Or, oh no, maybe I made it so they're more common in the sunken crypts. Because we had a situation a while ago where the sunken crypts and the sunken crypts were easier than the burial chambers. This was a long while ago, mind you. So I basically like readjusted the sunken crypts so that they were more challenging than the burial chambers. Maybe in doing so I made it so that the blue mushrooms mostly come from the sunken crypts. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's all good though. Got more stuff this time. I think I'll reset it one more time and then I'll take the whole into the ship. Which I freaked out for a second. I was like, where's the ship? The ship is gone. Oh wait, no, I'm doing nonsense chest stuff. Yeah, here. Okay, and then this will be for the rest of the stuff that's still in the dungeon. Before we made the dungeon barrels, tried to make dungeon carts. Oof, that was a learning lesson. Yeah, you can technically fit the carts through the hallways, but it is a colossal amount of work. That's why I changed it to just be a barrel that spawns in the entrance. I used to just toss all the items, like at the entrance, like just loose items. But then one day I did that and all the items fell out of the dungeon and then got stuck in the mid layer and never made it to the ground, so I lost everything. So after that experience, I never did it again. Alright, gotta move the cart away. Now I need 999 coins again. Let's see, we have 420, so that means we can sell some feathers. We can sell, oh, I have crystal here, right? No, the crystal's in the boat. Yeah. I think, is it 500 coins per pile of crystal or 1,000? I don't remember. Oh, I can hold 2 though, so we're good. Ooh, yeah. I feel like it's eternally night. I don't know if I'm just like in the dungeon all day or something, but it's just like the Valheim feeling, isn't it? That it's always nighttime. Ah, 500 each. Okay, so each crystal is 10 coin. Good to know. Alright, there we go. Time to restart it again. And this time, I'm prepared. I remember. Silver arrow. Nice. Uh-oh. Ooh, brutal. You have to be careful around the mistles. They don't always stay neutral very well. Let's say. Well, thank you for helping me clear that out. I'll give you 1 scrap bronze. Oh, this is a crazy one. I can hear it. I can hear the chaos already. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All 3 doors. Oof. I can hear something fighting a wolf.
Had to step away.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't miss anything. Tongue sticking out.
Oh, no. You just missed me doing more dungeons. Actually, I barely even died, and the dungeons were really easy. But now we have a proper chaotic dungeon. I can hear it all around me. Already got an ancient pot. The ancient pots are, yeah, you learn to look forward to them because they have a roll for a metal bar that's smelted, so you can get a silver bar or an iron bar, and that's really nice. Also tin. Tin always ends up being scarce in Enigma. It's funny, I've tried to like, ooh, silver, nice. I've tried to make it not that way before, and then circumstances out of my control blend together to then make tin scarce again. So at this point, I've just kind of accepted that tin scarcity is basically a part of the experience. The universe has dictated it must be so. Feel it. I feel it in the nether. The nether that spawned Enigma. Oh, hey, a 2-star Crypt Explorer. Ooh. Remind me not to piss this one off. Oh, didn't give me a bubble. I should remember that for later. Yeah, I can hear all the monsters all around me. Yep. There we go. Where's your bum? That was scary. Both of those things can just wreck me in one hit. Yeah, see, this is the kind of chaotic dungeon I'm talking about. It felt like too vanilla earlier. I was a little concerned. Oh, a 2-star raid. Oh, shit. Okay. I got a bubble. They gotta break the bubble. And then when they break the bubble, I do the thing with the thing, and then I run. There we go. Oof. Yeah, if they get... So the way that works is it does loads of damage, but if the lightning bolt hits one of them directly, it just wrecks them, like absolutely wrecks them. So the silver arrows work best where the enemy is confined in a small space. Then it just like will completely destroy them. But if they can move around, then they can dodge a lot of the damage caused by the silver arrows, so. And it's not just silver arrows, it's all spirit causing weaponry. So you could have like a silver dagger or something. Oh! Ooh, that was so close. He was about to get me. You could have a silver dagger and it also causes the lightning. Lots of different ways to do it. Brutal, brutal, brutal. This is my favorite room. There's something about that feeling of like you're in the dungeon, you think the dungeon's over, but then there's one little hallway. And then that one little hallway leads to a big room, a hub room, that lead to like 4 other areas, you know? I love that feeling. I really like being proved wrong, to be honest. It makes me feel something. Yeah, this is, you see what I mean? You can tell as soon as you get in the dungeon, you can tell if you hear a lot of noises and different monsters fighting each other, whoa, then you know it's one of the crazy dungeons. So, like this one dungeon so far has had as much loot as like 2 or 3 ones from earlier. There's so much stuff here. I think it's probably better I actually just kill myself to loot some of this. Yeah, I'll do that. When you die in the dungeon, if you die with a bunch of stuff, your tombstone gets moved outside, so sometimes it's easier if you're like really deep in the dungeon and you find a whole bunch of loot. The easiest way to loot it is to like get encumbered and then die basically, because it'll move the whole load outside the dungeon, so then you don't have to loot it like coming down here bit by bit, right? I'm just gonna put everything in this chest for now, all the heavy stuff, which I guess is mostly just sirloin cores, really. Ah, yeah, Surtling cores and coal, I guess, right? Yeah, so that moves the tombstone outside, and then I get back into the base, get some more of the good health food. Because I'm not strong enough to carry around the heavy serpent meat. I just keep it in a chest in the base, so then when I can die and come out of the bed, I just have the serpent meat. Nice and easy. I really need to go to the merchant. Maybe I should make that a mission. Because there's a trading diverter right here. And if I can bring them serpent meat, I'll get a bunch of serpent stew. And I would have had the stuff to do that, but I cooked all the serpent meat, so I couldn't. So I may as well go look for the trader. Probably end up getting into a whole bunch of other nonsense, because I don't actually know where the trader is, but I know the others have found one. So I could probably just ask. Someone would tell me where to go. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh yeah, you're a normal ghost, okay. All good. Man, I haven't even finished killing stuff in this dungeon. That's crazy. It has so many winding passageways, I don't have a sense of like where things are yet. The other dungeons were really simple, to be honest. This one's like got a bunch of turns and whole new areas and monsters I haven't finished killing. The soft blue glow of a wraith from afar. Ah, yeah, 2-star Surtling. I love these. They're like pinatas, just full of Surtling cores and whoa, things you can sell. Yeah, that's right. That's what? Why didn't it hurt you? I got it. Uh-oh. No! Stay there! Stay there, you foul beast! I don't know if I can survive a hit from a 1-star Wraith. I can probably stun him though. Let's see. Okay, stun him. Oh, I can survive a hit, but now I can't. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh no, no, no! Ah! I deserved it. Of course it would be a Wraith that messes me. The teamwork of a Wraith and a simple little Surtling. It's always the ranged attacks that getcha. So they break your bubble, and then the monster that can actually kill you can now land a killing hit on you. I really love how the system worked out, to be honest, like, genuinely. I know the bubble blocking doesn't, it's not like super intuitive at first, but once you get used to it, you can play Valheim melee. You know what I mean? Like, you really can. You can play a melee build and fight a bunch of monsters, and there's strategy to it, and depending on like when you choose to attack, you open yourself up to vulnerability, and every time you kill monsters you heal, right? Because if a monster dies close to you in Enigma, you heal. It's a way to incentivize melee, right? But it is shocking how many things had to be done to incentivize the melee. Like, a lot of things. It's not just 1 or 2 things, it's like 3 or 4 of them. Alrighty, now we're rested. Back on the adventure we go. Yeah, this will be the last dungeon. Real big one. And then I'll show the processing of everything. So I'll sail the boat over there, over here, and then all the cargo crates will go up there through a conveyor system. And I've already practiced it a couple times, so in theory this will be fast. We'll see. We'll see what actually happens though. Theories are theories until they are practiced. Oh, nice. This is 3 resets alone in gems, almost 6. I'm still only in one branch of this dungeon. That's crazy. Damn. This dungeon's so big, I have to actually think about where I'm going. It's funny. I love it when they're big enough you can get lost in them. It's funny though, because if they're always big, then they don't feel big. They have to you have to have experiences where you feel like it's not enough, and then that allows the big feeling to exist, if that makes sense. Game design's odd like that. Oh my god, this place is so confusing. There's so many of these multi-chambered areas. I have all this loot. Not having a belt is really biting me in the butt. I feel like this is close to the exit, though. I'm just, like, turning the wrong way, probably. Ah, yeah, it's right here. Nice. We're leaving. I got some chicken. Ha, that's funny. Okay, that area is done. So... God dang, already? Definitely need that belt. This dungeon run has motivated me. That's what I'll do. The next adventure will be going to get the belt. I have plenty of coins to get it. I just haven't gone to the trader. Funny. Crap. Which way? No, no, no. Don't go down there. I need to go this way. Yeah, I vaguely remember. Like a rat in a cave. And turn. There should be a turn right here, right? Yeah, okay, I remember. I remember. Yeah, it's looking like this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna finish up this dungeon run, and then maybe process the stuff back in the base. And then I'll end this stream. Take a break, do some other stuff. And then I'll do the adventure. That's probably what's gonna happen. We'll see though. We'll see. So far this dungeon is just like insane. I haven't even done that part, or like I'm still in this one turn. Like I haven't even gone over there yet. The diverger is still there. Or that Droger. Alright, that area I did. This is the area. I did this area. But now here. Yeah, oh, a tough one. Ah, crap. Melee! Saved by the weak mobs. Oh! Not saved. Not saved at all. Oof. The eternal night continues. What? Why did it say that again? It's weird. Okay, so this area is clear now. That means... did I go up here already? I think I already did this. Right? Yeah, stuff's already open. Okay. So that means it's just the area where the Draugr is in the beginning. Yeah, right here. Oh, and I actually already came here. Ha. Place is so big, I'm losing track of everything. Okay. Now we've done this one wing, and this is the crazy wing, and because this one was so big, probably the others are small. Most likely. Yep. So these ones are like non-existent because that one wing consumed like the whole dungeon. Pretty cool though. That was a really epic dungeon, to be honest. Got loads and loads of stuff from it. This one dungeon was like 3 previous resets worth of loot. So now I'll actually do the part that's like processing a lot of things quickly. I want to show like how that process works and what I've learned about it and how this new base makes it as easy as possible. So now we have all the loot. We need to get it first into the nonsense chest, right? Because there's an absurd quantity of stuff here. So we need to get it all into one place. That'll reduce its absurdity because it'll make it so everything is piled together properly. If that makes sense. Like, things will get stacked so you don't end up with like 8 different stacks that are all less than complete, right? Nice. Okay. So now let's just grab some of the loose items that are in the area in general. Because this is all useful. We can sell it, we can use it for building. I'm always running out of wood and stone, so... Working on the castle, I think I've used like 5,000 stone or something. Ridiculous. Alright, and now I'm going to take advantage of this Diverger being here, and I'm going to sell all of the one-off things and things that... Well, I'm going to sell everything I want to sell to reduce the inventory burden later. Okay, so I'm going to sell these bone fragments. I'm going to sell some of these surtling cores. Not all of them, but we're just going to kind of thin the supplies a little bit here. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Ah, yeah, they all like serpent stew now, that's right. Hello, hello, random Hymen. Oh, that reminds me of the name. Have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? I always think of that show. I like that show a lot. But there's that one guy, Hymen. I can never pronounce his name. Your username reminded me of that, even though it probably has nothing to do with that. How you doing? There we go. Let's see, what else do I want to sell? I don't need to sell everything, really. Just enough to kind of simplify things here. Ah, the others told me the charred bone sail is broken.
I'm guessing you're doing a solo run?
Ah, yeah, this is broken. Oh man, you probably think I'm playing normal Valheim. That's funny. So no, this is actually a public server anyone can play on. It's called Islands of Magic. If you want to learn more about like what it is, you can search for Enigma Mode on Google, Enigma Mode Valheim, or you can just watch the first minute of the first oh yeah, you're on Twitch, so you can't see that stuff, can you? That's right. Well, basically, Islands of Magic is a public Valheim server that's heavily scripted. So it's vanilla compatible. You can join on a vanilla client, but the Valheim experience itself is not what you're used to, if that makes sense. So that's why like I'm doing a dungeon, but I'm getting all sorts of stuff, and like I can do other things, right? Like there's this Verger, and I can sell him things, right? So I'm selling him all this extra stuff that I don't need, so I can convert it into coin. And these are all, like, obviously this isn't normally in Valheim. You can't sell things to Verger, right? As much, it would be awesome if it was like that. I don't know why it's not, to be honest. Because the Verger, having them be more interactive makes the game really cool. But you'll see what I'm doing. Basically, what I do is I really enjoy playing no map, no portal, and then basically using these cargo crates. In Enigma Mode, you can make the cargo crates, right? And they're invincible. So basically, I like to collect loads and loads of resources, and then put absurd amounts of them in the boat, and then go out on really risky adventures where I might die. That's how I enjoy playing Valheim. Alright, so now I'm going to load this boat up because I only have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 cargo crates, and that's not going to be enough. We're going to need some more here. So I'm just going to kind of move these around a little bit. Now in Enigma Mode, to make a cargo crate, you build 10 one-by-one pieces on top of each other. See how it, like, as I keep going. Oh, I'm doing it wrong, actually. I should clip them into each other. There we go. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and it makes a cargo crate on every 10th one. So now we have these 3 cargo crates, right? And they're invincible. So unlike in vanilla Valheim, where you can make the cargo crates by destroying a cart, but it's really problematic. So it's not really recommended because the cargo crates in vanilla have very little health. So if you put them in a boat like this, it doesn't really work because the action of the waves will just destroy the cargo crate while you're sailing. So you may have some metal scraps in that crate. You're sailing, they're now on the bottom of the ocean floor. No bueno, right? So here what I'm doing is I'm just gonna kind of get this over. So we have 16. I guess we just need like maybe one more and it'll work. That might be enough. Uh-oh. I think the cargo crate went underground.
So it's just modded server with extra stuff?
It's complicated. So modded is a bit confusing because if you say modded, then it is adjusted, but it's adjusted in a vanilla compatible way. So like you can play Enigma on an Xbox. If you put Enigma on a server, then the clients can be vanilla and crossplay. Does that make sense? So yes, it's modded, but it's modded in a way that you can play on a vanilla client. So I know that's like a lot of nuance, but that's how it works. And you can even like, let's say you're in single player, you could have the Enigma Mode mod pack in single player, and then invite one of your friends, right? And then your friend would experience Enigma Mode, even though they never downloaded any mods, because they're playing on your world that is running Enigma Mode, if that makes sense. So what you're seeing me do right now is I'm playing on the public server, Islands of Magic. And Islands of Magic runs Enigma Mode. But Enigma Mode is also just a public mod pack that anybody can use. So like you could set up your own Enigma Mode server, or you could play Enigma Mode on single player yourself if you wanted to. You can just, if you've ever used mod packs, you can like search on Thunderstore, right? So you can search for Enigma Mode, and you'll find what I'm talking about. It's like some people know about it. I wouldn't say it's popular, but also I wouldn't say it's like niche, if that makes sense. Like the server has players, and like people have stuck with me throughout development for, I mean, it's been almost 2 years at this point since I launched Path to Ashlands, which is the project that started all of this. So yeah, it's not super popular, but it is also at the same time, I would say, fairly active for a persistent Valheim community. That's normally quite rare. Just been struggling with this one cargo crate here. There we go, let's do this right. So now the world's gonna restart. I think I've got like 5 more minutes before everyone gets kicked, and then it does its the world restarts once a day to like clear the server's RAM and help it run more smoothly and stuff. I've been thinking about changing it to twice a day, to be honest. I need to do some research on, because the server has some, like, it's been restarting randomly sometimes. And I need to look at that, because maybe if I do more scheduled restarts, like I do it every 12 hours instead of every 24 hours.
I hear you say something that I don't understand at all.
Then it might work. Yeah, I feel you, man. To be honest, trying to understand Enigma is very, very challenging, because it's like a rework of Valheim. Have you ever heard of ROM hacks, like Pokemon ROM hacks, where they like take the game and then they kind of adjust it and rework it, but it's still, you have to work within the constraints of the original game. That's basically what Enigma Mode is. It's basically like a Valheim ROM hack, where there's nothing technically new in Enigma Mode. It's all stuff that's already in the game, but it's reworked. It's different. The mechanics are different. The progression is different. There's a loot system, so when you kill monsters, you can actually get different items and rare items and progression items sometimes. It's not like in normal Valheim, where if you kill a Grey Dwarf, like, you're gonna get wood, Grey Dwarf eyes, resin, and stone. Maybe an ancient seed if it was a brute, maybe a dandelion, right? Like, that's... Wait, actually, do they even drop dandelions, or did I make them drop
One
them?
question, how big is the chest?
How big is the chest? Oh, yeah, so these are nonsense chests. So it's huge. But basically, normal Valheim has a lot of inventory management woes. So one of the things that we've done to help mitigate that is to give players different ways to deal with storage and inventory space. So one of the... Oh, one second. Sorry about that. So basically, in Enigma Mode, you can make any container, right? If I make this one, and then it's automatically a little bit bigger. But if you want it to be really big, you can say nonsense, and then that will turn the chest into a chest with loads of space. It's kind of like 8 or 9 chests in one, and you're limited to having, it's like 6 or 7 of these in one area. So you can't infinitely use it, but it just makes it a lot easier to deal. Like, imagine trying to loot all of this stuff. It would take me like half as long to loot everything as it would to actually fight and get it all. You know what I mean? So Enigma Mode has a lot of like really big containers. You also get a free boat every day. So like if you go near the water, you'll get this message basically. I don't know if I'll unlock it right now. Let's see. Oh no, it's boat, right? Yeah, so each day you can get a free boat. So if you go near the water and then you say boat, it'll like fall out of the sky and then land, right? And you get 1 per day, and they come with building supplies, and they're not like the boats you're used to. Like, they're much faster, but yeah, the restart's happening now, so I just got kicked before I could show you. Wait, why did it say Palm is restarting? I need to fix that. But anyway, so now seems like a good time for me to end this. The restart takes like 20 minutes or so. So I'll probably be back in like 30 minutes. I'll start a new live stream. And in this live stream, I'll show the base that I made and how to process all the items and how to use the conveyors and all of that cool stuff. And then I'll probably go on some kind of sailing adventure afterwards. So I'll see you all in the next episode. And Random Himan, feel free to just search for Enigma Mode on YouTube. I've got a lot of content about it. And if you want to learn how to join the server, then on YouTube, you can find all of the episodes of these live streams. And if you just watch the first episode in the first minute, then you'll get the login information so that you can join, okay? I strongly encourage you, like if you feel curious and you like this kind of thing, I strongly encourage you to join us on the public server, because like playing with a bunch of other people who also know Enigma and really like it, from my perspective, is the best way to play Enigma. It's cool on solo, and some people prefer it solo, but for me, Valheim as a game thrives in with an active server where you can go and explore and run into other Vikings doing things and building things like continuously. Makes sense? The problem with normal Valheim is you have to join right when the server starts, because servers are basically only active for the first couple weeks, and then people lose interest, progression falters, they stop playing. Usually that's how it works, right? So in Enigma Mode, it's designed to counter that, so that from the very beginning, you get most of the building supplies like almost immediately. For example, when you do the first progression from Eikther's boss chest, you get dragon tears, so you can make an artisan table and build those advanced things like within 4 or 5 hours of your starting play session. The idea is to make the more interesting late game Valheim experience approachable, and to bring all of the Ashland's building material and all of the challenging combat experiences into the earlier parts of the game, while also giving players loads of superpowers and crazy abilities like exploding arrows, bubble blocking, shields, or silver that just eradicates undead. And that's the idea for it, to be honest. But anyway, at this point, I've babbled a bunch. Server's restarting. I'm gonna take a break, take care of the hens, and then when I come back, we're gonna process all of this loot.
Nah, that's too much for me.
I'll see you there. And don't worry, Random. I fully understand that Enigma is niche. To give you more example, it is no map, no portal, right? That's niche enough.
Thanks
but it doesn't end there.
See you soon.
No map, no portal, with 7,000 other changes. Like That's why I don't even know how am I supposed to explain that to people? Like, which of the 7,000 changes do I point at and attempt to explain? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Dude, it breaks me. I play this, and I scripted it, but things happen, and I'm like, how did that happen? What the hell? Like, I have no idea how certain things happen. Because the systems are made to interact with each other. So I'll make system A, system B, and system C, but I don't realize how they fuse together to create systems I don't know. Make sense? That's what makes it so fun. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm having a blast, by the way. It's been awesome to play Valheim again and really, really have fun and not just like lose interest quickly.
Bye.
So that's been cool. See you all.